Good morning on this beautiful rainy day, YouTube. See, it's been raining all day yesterday and all this morning. Everything's green. It's nice. Anyways, I wanted to make this video. I've got a lot of things to cover, a lot of things that I've been thinking about, and I kind of just want to get it all down. I'm still doing research. I'm working on writing about this and writing a paper about it to kind of break it all down, but I just want to put this video out there because I've just really been things have just been getting pieced together in my brain and they're really starting to make sense, so I kind of want to just capture my thoughts at this moment. So I just want to start with talking about hidden histories and the suppression and controlled dissemination of information. And that's basically how narratives are created, and whoever controls the narrative, as we all know, controls everything. So as I said before in a couple of other videos, all of our information comes down to us. It's handed down to us from voices of authority, various kinds of authority. This can be anything from scientists to governments to just society in general. We have this understanding of and acceptance of a narrative that we want to adhere to. So anything that falls, any kind of information, new information or whatever that falls outside of that narrative, for example, any information about aliens, let's say, it's immediately labeled as a conspiracy or a hoax, or it's discredited somehow, and it's just not really paid attention to because it doesn't fall inside of fall within the narrative, the accepted narrative that states that basically the world is a silo, all life originated on this planet, we didn't have any kind of outside help, no seeding or nothing like that. It's just very plain and straight, and evolution and blah blah blah. So the things that have been kind of making sense to me, that have been kind of revealed to me. Okay, before I go on, I also want to state that I've been watching a lot of videos that have really been inspiring, and it's almost as if worldwide, it seems, people are waking up to this reality. So I've been watching a lot of David Olson's videos, WSO. He does a lot of stuff about the planets and stuff and what's going on in our solar system right now, which is just crazy. And of course, this is all suppressed information. It's not out there in the mainstream. You really have to dig for it. And most people, most of the people that are like searching for more information about our solar system are people that are noticing things in the sky, like me. I've been noticing that the sun looks weird, and just a bunch of other stuff. And then, that's led to a whole bunch of other discoveries. So definitely Dave Olson has inspired me. I just saw a video from a new YouTube channel called Waking Up. I think the people's names are Tony and Charles. And they're just talking about stuff that I have, it's like synchronicity. Like, I have been thinking about this stuff. Talking about, suppressed information and all of that. So here's the model that I have kind of formulated in my mind. This is a model for understanding. It goes way back, and it's very complex. So let's just start with the oldest text. We get our information from texts, basically. And the oldest texts that we know are the Sumerian tablets, and they are written in stone. And most information that lasts is written in stone, or is preserved somehow in stone. And we know from the Sumerian tablets that the ancient beings that were here on this planet a long time ago, the Anunnaki, they knew a lot about stone, and they knew how to manipulate stone, and they knew how to use stone for all kinds of things. And even today, what is the main element of a computer? What is it called? A motherboard or whatever? The hard drive. It's made of silicone, which is stone. So anyways, that led me to thinking about, okay, so from the very beginning, according to the Sumerian texts, information was dictated to humans to be preserved in stone by the Anunnaki. So from the beginning, we have a controlled dissemination of information, because they are basically getting to tell the story however they want to, and basically saying this is fact, write it down, this is what happened. And they're talking about histories that happened hundreds of thousands of years ago. So from the get-go, they're already controlling the information. But then what you have and what you see is different versions of the same information around the same time. So even the earliest Sumerian tablets, you have different versions of them from different parts of Mesopotamia. And I think this relates to the fact that these Anunnaki were fighting with each other, and they were fighting for control over certain areas. And so they were telling their people their own versions of the story, which is the same story, but they're telling their own version. So already we have evidence of controlled dissemination of information from the very beginning, okay? That led me to thinking about secret societies. The Freemasons. What are the Freemasons? They work with stone. So is it any wonder that secret societies that, you know, are Masons would have this information? They would have they would preserve the real knowledge, the real information, you know, because, I mean, I don't know, it just makes sense, right? Freemasons, Masons, you know, stone, something's there, okay? So they get to the benefit of knowing the actual information, and everybody else is kept in the dark. Information is suppressed, and histories are hidden, okay? What is glaringly absent from our, you know, human history is evidence of giants, which is all over the place. And, you know, this is something that most people don't even know. They think it's a myth or a legend or some kind of fairy tale. Stories in the Bible that maybe, you know, refer to giants, but, you know, it's like, okay, that's just a story. No, giants are real. There's evidence for giants, and this is an example of hidden history and suppressed information that we are not privy to. You have to really search for this stuff, and then you have to contend with people calling you crazy for even considering it. So there's that. I mean, that's where I think where it starts. I mean, then you know, we get into like a whole big old, I mean, it's a huge thing. It's a huge topic, but I think that's how it starts, at least from, you know, our little part of history, because I think there's also has been several cycles of history on this planet, several cycles of civilization that have evolved to a pinnacle, if you will. And maybe they've stayed there for a while, but eventually they have destroyed themselves, or some kind of cataclysm has destroyed them. Something has happened where that civilization and that history has been destroyed and erased or forgotten. Because, I mean, unless it's in stone, and unless we find it, anything else that was around hundreds of thousands or even millions of years ago, or even billions of years ago, and nothing's going to survive unless it's in stone. And if it is in stone and it's billions of years old, we still have to find it. It might be buried under, you know, various layers of earth. So that's the challenge there. But this idea that, you know, our little 6,000 years of history that we know, that's it, no. I mean, that's just ridiculous. That doesn't make any sense to me. There's definitely more out there. And so this is the question, these are the questions that I am researching, that I am very interested in, and I'm going to keep making videos, and I'm going to continue. I have a website where I'm starting to put up information about this at Under the Spell, npdandcodependency.com. So please check that out, and if you enjoy the content of this video, please share it, like and share it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for everyone who subscribed.